Hello. I don't know what's going on over here. He can't talk. He's only got 5 minutes to get out of this trap. He needs to hurry up and get on out, or it's going to tear his jaw off. You want me to take it off? I don't know what you're pointing. I can't understand.
She told me after the last video that I talked too much, so she put me in a reverse bear trap to prevent that from happening this time.
You were saying that I put you in it. I got you.
I didn't want to play a game.
I got you.
But yet, there I was. Alright, we're doing a home vlog, if you will. Basically just anticipating. Got all kinds of anxious energy going, and we want to talk about our plans going forward. And this video is Dragon Con related. We're going to tell you when we're coming and what we plan on doing and when we're leaving.
Yep, Dragon Con, if you don't know, is a yearly event in Atlanta, Georgia. It is in 5 different hotels and on the streets of the town right there in Atlanta. It's just everywhere. It's all in that area. It's what, over 80,000 people, they said, come to this every year.
That's a video we just got through watching said that.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Another one said there was 50,000. I don't know if that's a day or for the total event.
I don't either, but it's still a lot of people.
I do know it sells out. All 5 of those hotels, I think.
Oh yeah, I think so too. They're pretty expensive to get into, but it's the convenience of being right there. You don't have to try to get in and find a parking spot, and if you want to go to your room and change, you can just go up and do that instead of going back to your car or wherever, bathroom or something, you know. It's just you pay for the convenience of being there in the middle of it.
In the belly of the beast, if you will.
Yeah, and I think I wrote down what the hotels are. It's the Courtland Grand, the Hilton, the Hyatt, the Marriott, and the Westin are the hotels. And they're all right there together. Like on Peachtree is one of the main roads that they're on.
I think 3 of the 5 are part of the Marriott Bon Voyage Corporation.
Yep. So, yeah, that's just the main gist of it. Everybody, it's for every
fandom.
Yeah, everything you can think of. Horror, anime, Marvel.
Fletcher? Anime Fletcher?
No, keep going. Lost my...
She gets distracted just like that. Yeah, it's for comic books, movies, pop culture, TV shows, movies, everything. In fact, you want to talk about what we're going to be doing or where we're going to be staying first?
Where we're staying.
All right. Since we don't stay at the main hotels, for one thing, it's nice to stay there, but it's really not in our budget, would be a better term.
Yeah, those rooms are anywhere from that's the low end, 300 to 500-600 a night. And if you stay there for the whole 5 nights or 4 nights even, you're looking at over $2,000. That's just for the hotel. They also will charge you for parking there as well, which can probably be $30 a day, maybe $40 a day.
For valet. And even if you do valet your car, this is what we know. You can still get your car broken into. We saw that from Days of the Dead this past February.
That's even more, because then you end up having to tip the valet people. So you got to consider that.
Was that at the Cortland?
Yeah. Cortland and Grand.
Cortland is basically just where you pick up your badges at.
We have stayed there before, but not for this event. We've stayed there for another event. That's how we know a little bit more about Cortland Grand than
Days of the
other
Dead.
one. Yeah. Days of the Dead, yeah.
So definitely staying on site has its perks.
Yes, it was great
Yeah.
staying there. It's not quite nearly that expensive for Days of the Dead. It's in the 100s per night.
Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend, so that's a tourist thing.
Yeah.
And then you throw Dragon Con on top of it, which makes it more.
Also, don't forget that these hotels will throw on a destination fee charge. I didn't realize that until after we stayed there for Days of the Dead. I think it was like $35, $25 a day, something like that. I mean, that stuff adds up.
I believe that is the Atlanta tourist
Yeah.
tax, basically.
It is.
A lot of big cities have went to that tax on tourists only to provide for other things for the people of the community, the everyday Atlanteans.
Yeah, so it's
Atlantites.
just something you could probably look for when you're looking for a hotel. Some of them will tell you that they charge destination fees. So just look for that. And it's up to you if you want to decide to pay that. Because like I said, it is a lot of convenience involved there.
So we're staying out by the ball field, the Braves Stadium.
Yep.
They've built a lot of new hotels out that way. And we don't need to be in the hustle and bustle. And for as we don't drink, I don't drink at all. Been sober for almost 2 decades, if not longer. So, and my wife drinks, but not a lot. So we don't need.
Very rare. Very rare.
So we just drive in every day, and we've had problems before with parking. Me and my buddy Jeff last year, because my wife chose to go to Tahiti as opposed to going to Dragon Con.
Yeah.
She is wised up, I tell you, and decided to cut that Tahiti destination out and go to Atlanta, where all the cool kids are.
Dragon Con is a lot cheaper. I can't do that Tahiti trip again, as great and awesome as it was. That was probably a one and done. It's just too expensive. It was beautiful though. But anyways, where we're staying at now by the Ballpark Galleria area, the cost is about, the total cost for 3 days is cheaper than 1 day at those bigger hotels. It's less than $300.
Like I said, the parking was a nightmare. We found a $5-10 place, and then when we got ready to leave on Friday, the parking lot was locked up. And they said to buzz somebody, and somebody would come out, open the door. Nobody ever showed up. We ended up having to do the Indiana Jones bit, where somebody left and one of us rode under to get into the parking. And it was in where they pass out free food to the street people.
I wish somebody would have videotaped that.
We were scared at that point.
Yeah, so just make sure you check your park index to see if they have a time that they actually close and lock it up.
So we did last year. Me and Jeff, we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We did 3 days.
Same what we're doing now.
Except for we came down Thursday day, so we had a full day, well, a half day of Dragon Con. And then follow that up with a full day Friday and a full day Saturday. Where me and Tony's only coming down Thursday night because she didn't have enough vacation time.
Yeah, I gotta work, so we're gonna leave here as soon as I get off work at 5. So it'll be after 10 before we get down there.
Yep. But we'll be up and ready to go bright and early fight the madness to get our badges Friday morning.
And what time does that start where you can go get those?
I think that is 8 o'clock start time.
8 o'clock.
So we'll try to be in line before 8 o'clock.
There are probably people already waiting in line because they want to go ahead and just get their badge and start the day.
Yep. DragonCon has events going all the way, almost from the start of your day all the way up to way past your bedtime.
After midnight.
We saw one photo shoot was, what, 3:30 or something like that?
Yeah, 3:30 in the morning.
For vampires?
3:30. I said that's wise because it's vampires. The Rocky Horror thing, wasn't that the one that was at 12:45 a.m.? I'm old. I can't stay up that late. Well, I can stay up that late, but I can't be out doing stuff. That's because it's a 2.5 hour thing. You'd be home after 3.
So we're going to try to park. Where did we decide?
Peachtree Center parking. It's right in between the Cortland Grand Hotel and the Hilton on Peachtree Street. Or whatever is it, Peachtree Avenue, Peachtree Road, whatever that's called.
It's kind of where the right beside the Cortland, maybe. I'm not sure which hotel is right beside.
Yeah, and it's in between Cortland and Hilton. As you go out of Cortland, turn right, and it's straight down there on the right before you get to the Hilton.
So it'll have a lot of foot traffic, which we're hoping that will cut down on break-ins. Plus, we're going to park on a higher deck. For whatever reason, the break-ins don't happen as frequently on a higher deck. I think the criminals don't want to have to climb all them steps or get in the elevator with their ill-gotten goods.
We have personally not ever had any issues with that, but we have heard about people that have.
In the same parking decks that we've been in.
Break-ins and stuff, but we've never had any issues.
But we've also used this same technique of
right.
Going a little higher. That parking deck has a sky bridge. It'll shoot you right over to one of the hotels.
Yeah, the Marriott, I think.
You're like side by side 2 hotels, and it'll shoot you over to a third one.
Yeah, I think it was the Marriott.
So I'm going to bring my cosplay, what is a tub of cosplay, a large container, and just leave it and then go back to the car and change outfits. I think we're going to bring a cooler and some snacks to get us through the day.
Yeah, and then we can just eat one meal, dinner in the evening. We'll have continental breakfast at our hotel. So that's another thing to look for too. If you could get the breakfast included, that'll help you save money.
I think we've already planned our food places we're going to. We'll probably go to the Varsity and Montana Ted's. That's about all we got.
It's actually Ted's Montana Grill or something like that, but they're both within walking distance. We did just recently hear about a place in the Hyatt that has a burger they do for DragonCon. I don't know if it's going to be an every year thing or if that was just specific to that year on that video we watched. But it's in the Hyatt in a place called 22 Stories Bar and Lounge. It's in the lobby. So, I don't know. That's probably something if we got hungry before dinner time and we just really needed to eat. Because we've already pretty much decided Ted's and Varsity is going to be our dinner places.
I don't know if dinner would be the right. We're going to eat breakfast before we leave, and then that might be kind of the midday. And then we'll probably grab something before we go back to the room. Fast food.
We'll see. I'm usually pretty stuffed after we eat at those places.
Yeah. And Varsity is 1.5 miles. Some people said it's not walkable. But I think we walked it last year, me and Jeff, so it is walkable.
It's just a little further than your other places. I don't even think, was it a mile and a half?
Probably less than a mile then, maybe.
I think it was a little less. It was like right at a mile. You might as well say a mile.
So I'm wrong. It's less than a mile.
I don't know for sure. I'm going to look it up right now.
She keeps correcting me on this video. I'm going to put her.
No,
I'm going to put her in the bear trap.
I'm just trying to make sure we give the correct information to the people. That's all.
She's going in the bear trap.
That is all. So, I'll look that up and let you know.
We've only been going for the last 2 years, and when I say we, I've went 2 years in a row, and Tony will have went only the second time this year because she went to Tahiti. Mm-hmm. It won out over going.
Yeah.
Terrible choices she made. But anyway, I think Friday we've got a schedule of events we're doing, and Saturday we've got a schedule of events to do, but she's looking on her phone right now for a map.
0.8 miles.
0.8 miles, so less than a mile.
That's from the Hyatt. I just picked one of the hotels, so it could be a mile if you go from the Westin or something, but yeah, I mean, that's easily walkable. You probably walking that anyways from hotel to hotel and back and forth. So, but yeah.
Definitely are, because there's a lot of walking involved in this con. And it's not Wrath of Khan at all. Con. No. But yeah, there is a lot of walking. You want to navigate the sky bridges. We had somebody send us a map. I don't know if you can see the map.
I would like for it to be zoomed up.
Greatly appreciate someone sending us the
Let's see it.
The map.
I hope it helps us out and shows us like the sky bridges and stuff and how to get from one area to another, because it really gets confusing trying to find those sky bridges.
The later in the day, the more exhausted I get. I just can't navigate my way around. I've had 2 anxiety attacks in my life. Both of them were in Atlanta at Dragon Con. So we're going to try to avoid that this time with everything I can. Like I said, I'm sober. So there is Sober Dragons. If you want to look that Facebook page up, you can find them, and they are planning on having, I think, daily meetings.
Yeah, that's on the events. If you download the app, it shows all the events on there. It's just called Dragon Con is the name of the app. It's got AA meetings listed on there. So, yeah, they do definitely have those.
So, yeah, I've joined that and talked to some people there, made a few friends. And if any of the friends that I've made on social media want to say hi, we'll be glad to say hi. Put you in our video. I don't know if you want to be there or not, but hey, we'll put you there. Because we do, obviously we're doing YouTube, and we'll be doing our TikTok videos. We may go live at YouTube. We may go live Facebook. So what we got on the schedule as of right now? Set in stone schedule for Friday.
For Friday, that's a good question.
Well, thank you.
Well, first thing Friday, we got to go get our badges.
We got to pick up our badges. And that is a line to itself. Yeah. It wraps around, and then it goes through a little lobby, and it queues up. It's an adventure.
Yeah, that could take a couple hours or more. Hopefully it won't. But it could. So just expect that and try to get there as early as you can.
You can have other people pick your badges up. And what I've seen about that is you have to have a written note from whoever you're picking their badge up. And I think you have to have some sort of of identification for that person.
I was gonna say, how do they know that that
picture
person
of the person, like their driver's license or an ID card. I think you have to have both a letter and a picture identification card.
So I would say preferably just have all your people there. After that, though, there's the ribbon swap meetup. And if you don't know what that is, there's these little ribbons. We found them right here. So ribbons are sort of like just these little collectibles that a lot of the people have made up, and they just look like this. And they got a little place where it's a sticker. You can tear that little adhesive place off and you stick it on your badge. And that's what it ends up looking like. And you just collect them from different people. It's just something fun to do, seeing how many you can collect. So we just got ours, just says Dot's Adventures and a little YouTube symbol. So that at 10 o'clock you can go to the Hyatt and do the ribbon swap meetup. So everybody else, you just kind of swap here. You can have this one and not, let me take that one, and just go around seeing which ones you like, and you know, it's just something fun to do.
This is a badge without. This is the first year badge that we had.
We didn't know anything about the ribbons that year.
No, it was all a total shock.
Had not a clue. I was like, what is that?
I think there's Facebook groups dedicated to that.
That was our first year, so we were clueless.
Or if they call it the cult of the ribbons or something like that.
We kept seeing people with badges and they had all this long strand of ribbons. I was like, what in the world? What is that?
So yeah, that hence the reason we made these, had these made. And we didn't make any this year because we still had some of these left, and we'll pass that one out.
We'll finish those up, and then we'll make some new ones for next year.
Yep.
So that's at 10 in the Hyatt, and that lasts an hour. The next thing, it shows that we've got several photo shoots that we might go just to watch, just to be interesting to see. Like there's a Barbie one at the Hilton, that's at 11:30. There's also the Wizard of Oz 85th anniversary thing. That's just a speaking, that's like a panel. I guess that's Barbie's the only one photo one at that time. There's just, I listed other things that we could do. They're kind of like all at the same time, and then we just either pick what's closest to us or which one interests us the most. So there's the Barbie photo shoot. Nathan Fillion's going to be there, so he's got a panel that he's going to be at. So it's at that same time, 11:30. So is that Wizard of Oz thing. It's the 85th anniversary. So they, I don't know if they're just talking, it's the speaker, yeah, I guess they're just talking about it. Join us for this retrospective on this cinema classic. And then there's a scavenger hunt that you can get in on. Bingo, costuming edition. This says that you can have fun hunting your favorite fandom costumes and win cool swag. So you just look for different people dressed up as whatever's on that bingo card.
We're going to do bingo. I don't know if we're going to do it with these other people, but why shouldn't we do it with other people? That would be fun.
Yeah, so that's also, that goes on all day. So
we'll probably go to the bingo and pick up our bingo card, because we did bingo at Horror Hound on our own.
Yep.
And we'll probably make our own, once again, bingo card one day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something fun to do, like the ribbons. You just go around looking to see if you can find whatever's on that bingo card and just mark it off. I don't know if you just mark it off. I don't know if you had to take a picture of it or if you had to take a picture with them. We'll have to get all the rules on that when we go there.
Yeah, we'll make our own bingo card. And, we'll do that. We're also planning on doing A to Z deal where we find something cosplayer with a costume all the way down to a Z costume.
So anything from something from the Avengers to Zelda. But you have to do it in order or it wouldn't be any fun. You have to go, you can't just say, hey, there's Superman, there's my S.
Right. You can't just eliminate 26. You got to do it in order.
That makes it, that just gives a little more challenge to it.
And that's just something for us to do to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
And if anybody else watches the video, it may be entertaining to y'all. Who knows?
Yeah. Other than that, I just put some other things down here that if we're nearby, we might can check out. It's not a have to go kind of thing, but at 1 o'clock, there's a Many Faces of Sherlock Holmes, analyzing iconic portrayals. So I don't know, it's just something they're going to discuss. We like Sherlock Holmes, so. And then at 2:30, Seth Green is going to be there, and he's got a panel. At 4 o'clock, there's something called Gore on Horror, and that's at the Westin. It just says, join Film Threats Chris Gore as he talks about his favorite horror films of the year. So it's just, they're just discussing horror stuff. That's pretty much all that is. At 9 o'clock, nope, sorry, 8:30 that evening in the Westin, there's a panel called Creature from the Black Lagoon, 70th Anniversary. That is going to have our friend Mark Muncy as one of the panelists, and they're going to discuss the 70th anniversary of Universal's iconic monster movie. They discuss the film's influential special effects, its place in the horror pantheon, and the enduring appeal of the Gill Man. So we're going there to see Mark Muncy, our friend. And that's all I've got on there for Friday.
I thought there was a Star Wars photo shoot too on Friday.
Let me go look at your schedule. Is it on yours?
Probably not. I just copied yours.
Well, I don't remember. Would you say Star Wars?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have it on my schedule. It might be on a different day. We'll figure that out and look it up and get it added on there, because there's just so many that we had to go through to kind of look for. So I don't know what else you want to add to that.
And at some point I got to pick up my wristband to be in the parade.
Is that on Friday?
I think I could pick it up Thursday. I could pick it up Friday. I could pick it up Wednesday. Wristband pickups for the horror is 1 to 2 Thursday, 5 to 6 also at Thursday at the Marriott Pulse Bar. Friday from 10 to 11 at the Pulse Bar, and 4 to 5 at the Pulse Bar as well. And then it's 7:30 meetup at the Pulse at the Marriott. Then head to the parade shuttle if you want to pick up your wristband on Saturday for the horror portion of the parade.
That's at the Pulse at Marriott. Hold on, we need to write that down. I don't have that on my... So Thursday from 5 to 6.
And to be in the parade, you have to have your badge, and you have to have a wristband to be in the parade.
And then we meet up at the Pulse Marriott. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to find that Star Wars event and add it to our schedule. So yeah, we have a busy day on Friday. So I don't know what else you got.
There's also, for just the horror, there's going to be meetup, ribbon exchange, swag and seek. And that would be Thursday 1 to 2. And also at 5 to 6, same as your pickup of your wristband for a parade. And also on Friday, 10 to 11 and 4 to 5 at the Pulse Bar. Same time for ribbon exchange and swag. I think there's going to be other horror things pop up during the day, and the best way to, if you're into that, is to follow DragonCon Horror cosplay, and it'll show up when stuff like that appears. Too much quiet time.
I know, you need to continue on. I've done told you all everything is on Friday. What's next?
What's next, boo?
What is next?
What's in the box? What's in the box? So yeah, as far as cosplay doing, I think I'm gonna do the Star Wars on Friday, which she's looking for it. And then I think I'm going to do some horror, because that's what I do mostly, if not all. So I'm planning on doing the horror, walking around all day in full costume, because it's one of the main reasons I like going to these events is I like being someone else someone new for a day. So I'll be dressed up in several different costumes. I think I'm going to try to bring just about as many as I can fit in my roll around tub. Like I said, we're planning on eating at the Varsity or Montana Ted's one day. We're planning on seeing the sights. We're also probably going to try to squeeze in on this day, going to the vendor hall. So we've got to put that in, and that is an extremely long process to get in. Last year it was at the American Mart. I think once again it is. Mm-hmm. And it is multiple floors there.
America's Mart, yep.
We wrapped around. They had back and forth switchback queues in the garage of the hotel. And then it looped around outside of the building. And then it went in the building. It was an endeavor to get in to see it for sure. So I would expect the same thing this time. So just keep in mind, if you're going, you're going to be there a little while.
That's on Saturday. When did you say we're doing that?
Probably Friday.
Friday we're squeezing that in with all that other stuff?
Saturday's even more. Saturday's even more packed.
Wow.
So if we don't get it Friday, it'll have to be pushed off to Sunday morning.
Wow.
If you want to do it Sunday morning, we could do it Sunday morning.
All right, we'll have to see how it goes, I guess.
So we've jam-packed 3 days worth of activities. We're planning on actually leaving out Sunday evening, trying to get back home, not before dark, but close around there, maybe 9 or 10, even 11 Sunday.
I found it. It's Friday at 6:30, Star Wars Giant Shoot.
And I've got a costume that has been made by Kooky Spooky Costuming, by the way.
Yep, Kooky Spooky Costumes. Check them out.
So yeah, that's our Friday activities.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. But wait till you hear about Saturday's activities. We'll be going back to the hotel and driving back that morning and get ready for the parade, because the parade starts bright and early, and we're going to try to get there bright and early. And this is just a tip. Make sure you double check everything you're bringing for your cosplay. Last year, got all the way to Atlanta. I was Jeepers Creepers, and I didn't have my hat. Jeepers Creepers always has his hat.
That's one of the main things that he needs to have, is that hat. It just makes the costume. But what are you going to do? You just continue on. You got to do what you got to do. The show must go on.
And that's what I did. I forged ahead.
I think the parade starts at 10 o'clock. But you want to be there early to get you a good spot. And, of course, we got to be there early because he's in it.
Yep, and she's going to be doing some behind-the-scenes filming of the horror and just in general, the whole parade. And then she's going to go out and take her spot and watch the parade and film it. So we'll be filming that. And that is could be. I think it's right around an hour.
I think so.
It's 1.4 miles.
I mean, the app says it's got it slotted off for an hour,
so it's probably less than an hour. Like I said, it's 1.4 miles of walking. If you're in the parade, walking, get ready because Atlanta's going to be hot. The 10-day forecast don't quite reach the parade day, but what day it does says it's going to be in the 90s still.
Hopefully there'll come a cold front and cool things down.
Yeah, an Arctic blast. Happens so often in hot Atlanta.
Yeah.
Last year, a hurricane blowed through like 2 days, which was a tropical depression that blowed around Atlanta about 2 days and brought a cool front in. So it was ideal conditions.
See, so it can happen. We also watched a video where it rained and rained and rained. You don't never know what to expect when things are outdoors. So, I mean, luckily a lot of it is indoors in the hotels, but you still got to walk and get to those places.
And a lot of the queuing up is outdoors.
Yeah.
Sometimes you queue up and you're not even sure you're riding the right lane.
Yeah.
If you walk up to the front of it to make sure, yeah. Can't believe how long the line it is. So what's on Saturday's tack? Right. After the parade, what are we doing?
After the parade, we need to go straight over to, not that one, the Hilton. There's a Doctor Who photo shoot. And
I have thrown what I'm considering a Doctor Who cosplay together. It's my interpretation of Doctor Who. So I'm throwing it together and going to wear it.
That's at 11:30 on the Hilton steps. So right after the parade, he's got to go change costumes. And because the parade will end at 11, he's got to go hurry up and change costumes and then get over to the Hilton steps by 11:30.
So that's what I've planned right there.
We have a little break in between there. The next one is the Disney photo shoot at 2 o'clock.
Which would be an ideal time for, say, lunch.
Yeah, right in between those two photo shoots.
A walk to the varsity. Or a walk to Ted's.
Cut that off. So, yeah, and the Disney's at 2. There's also, I just wrote that down, another panel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is at 2:30 at the Marriott. And that was because that was going to be Robin that was going to be there. Robin is from How I Met Your Mother.
Robin Scherbatsky.
Her name is Kobe Smulders. We're a big fan of her, so I don't know if that's something we'll have time to go in and check out or not, but we're not real fans of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we like Robin. There's a bunch of photo shoots that looks like at 4. Taylor Swift, that's obviously just to go watch, unless you have a Taylor Swift costume that I don't know about.
I may throw together a Swiftie Airs outfit.
That would just be interesting to see, to get on film, all those Swifties up there. That's at 4 o'clock on the Hilton steps.
It would be real interesting to see if I had a Swiftie outfit on, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so you need to watch. At 4:30, there's the Music Icons photo shoot, also at the Hilton.
Which I do have several different Music Icon outfits. So last year I went as Quiet Riot from the album cover. This year, I'll let you in on the secret. I'm doing Slipknot. Clown. Not Corey Taylor, but Clown.
We're going to have what do you call it when you got two things going on at the same time?
Everyday life.
I have trouble coming up with the words I need to say.
Everyday life is what that's called.
So the Taylor Swift is at 4, but then also the horror photo shoot is at 4. So as much as I'd like to go see that, I mean, they're on Hilton steps. I can go run over there and try to get that while the horror is setting up on the steps, you know. something like that. If I can, I will. Because these are on Hilton Steps A. Taylor Swift is on Hilton Steps B. So they're real close to each other. So I think I might can do that.
I think the horror has been blocked off for an hour, or is it 30 minutes has been blocked off for?
It's an hour.
And what I seen with that is they're going to do the big group shoot. They're going to break it down into smaller sub-genres. They're going to do Halloween. They're going to do Friday the 13th. They're going to do 60s and 70s horror. They're going to do 80s horror. They're going to do 90s horror. They're going to do a scream shoot. They're going to do all clowns. The subgenre just keeps breaking down.
So man, we need a third person to go with us so they can go get that Taylor Swift one.
What we really need. Let me tell you what we need. We need Amy and Shane to go with us.
Exactly. That's our third person.
Or
and even a fourth.
Or we need Jay and Valerie to attend next year with us.
Yeah. They have their own videos that they would be doing.
And they would be great. We could share. They could share their content with us.
Share videos.
Yeah.
And we could share ours with them, and we just mix match. Their viewers can see theirs, and ours can see ours.
And we could share accommodations.
Yeah, if they're up for that, we get a two-bed hotel.
I know Amy and Shane is, by the way, but
we'll see. But we're looking for that extra person to help us do these photo shoots for sure.
Because we want to get as much coverage for this channel as we can for the viewer.
I can only get so much.
And I can't do any of it because I'm in costume.
But anyways, that's from 4 to 5 on some of those stuff. And at 6 o'clock, they've got a giant Marvel one that would be kind of cool to see. It's actually on 4 sets of steps. That must be how giant it is. A, B, G, and E.
It's pretty big.
They probably break it up too at some point. Do all the Spider-Mans and all this, you know.
I don't think they do that.
Well, how are they going to take up all 4 sets of steps?
Because I think what I saw was there was a Spider-Man photo shoot just by itself. Captain America and Friends photo shoot just by itself.
Okay.
So I don't know if they break it down any farther than that.
It's 2 hours.
So, well, maybe I'm wrong. I know they break the Doctor Who, they break it down into eras too.
But anyways, and then at 8 o'clock, there's an SNL photo shoot. If we're still there, I thought that would be cool to see.
There's a Disney shoot.
We already said Disney.
When was it?
Remember you said you was going to be the Beast?
I didn't say it in this video.
We just talked about it.
Not me.
Okay.
It must have been her other imaginary husband.
8:30 is going to be a panel that our friend, again, Mark Muncy, will be on. It's called Appalachian Cryptids, Lesser Known Holler Monsters. So that's at 8:30.
He ain't no hollerback girl.
They also have at 8:30 a Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary panel. I'm pretty sure we're going to do the Mark Muncy one. And then also, where else did I see? Further up here, we're not going to do it because we're doing the Doctor Who. But they had a, I don't know what that one is. Something called...
To do about Mary?
I'm sorry, I'm losing my... I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Well, for Disney, I'm going to do my Beast. I like that, the way that looks with my hair. I don't remember her talking about it, so if I did...
I did say Disney, but I don't know if you discussed the Beast. I thought you was getting ready to, but I think we got distracted on something else.
So yeah, I'll be looking for all bells, but not only will I be looking for all bells, I'll be looking for all Disney princes, because I am a fan of Disney princesses. Mostly because the grandkids like seeing the Disney princesses. So if you're a Disney prince, don't be alarmed if the Beast wants a picture with you.
The Marvel guests creating iconic characters as Saturday at 11:30 at the Hyatt. The reason I put that one on here was because Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be, it's like a panel, he's going to be on that one. They're taking the Hobbits to Dragon Con is a panel that Elijah Wood is going to be on, as well as Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd, if you know him.
I think Elijah Wood was there last year.
I think he was too.
He must like coming to Atlanta or live nearby.
There it is. Carry On Our Wayward Son, an hour with Jared Padalecki.
It's not a Boston panel?
What?
Kansas. It's Kansas. That's it.
There you go.
Carry On My
like,
Wayward Son.
like,
Kansas.
What do you mean
Not Boston. It's not more than a feeling. It's Kansas.
That's at the Westin on Saturday at 4 o'clock. So it's going to be a Q&A with Jared Padalecki, if you know who that is.
I do. They do their own conventions. Those guys do.
So that's, like you said, that's a busy day as well. So I guess it'll have to be Friday or Sunday for the vendors.
Sunday is more of a low key day.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got, and then we can wrap this video up because it's going to be a long one.
Sunday has also another panel with our friend Mark Muncy. Ghosts of the Battlefield. That's at 10 o'clock at the Cortland Grand. Battlestar Galactica. Looks like that's a photo shoot at 11:30 at the Hilton Steps.
Which I want to see. I don't have a costume, but I do want to see it.
What? 1 o'clock. Guess what? Another panel with Mark Muncy. The Blair Witch Legacy. We've watched the panel on that before, but it was at another convention, and it actually had the actors who was in Blair Witch.
And the director, producer.
Yeah.
That was Horror Hound Cincinnati, and we've got the video of that on our channel.
This one is not going to have those people. It's just going to have different
People talking about.
Yeah, discussing it, yeah. So, that's that. There's another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on here. Robin's going to do another one at 4 o'clock. 7 o'clock, they've got, if you wanted to do that, there's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary, and that's a panel too, where they're just talking about it. Let me see, was there anybody going to be on that one? No. Nobody that we know, anyway.
Somebody's going to be there talking about it.
Nobody that I know.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus like my wife did just then.
Yeah.
There was somebody going to be there. And to somebody there are very important.
All right. 8 o'clock. Tim Burton characters. This is a photo shoot. It says in parentheses, Wednesday series welcome. We probably won't be seeing that because we'll be leaving, because that's Sunday at 8 o'clock.
But I do have a Jack Skellington outfit that I wear often.
So who knows? But that's at the Hilton Steps as well. All the photo shoots are always going to be on the Hilton Steps. There's that Rocky Horror Picture Show too. That's at 12:45 in the morning at the Hyatt.
She's wrong. They're not all on the steps. Some of them are in different places, by the way.
All the ones we've discussed are on the steps.
Correct. I just got to correct her. So I think that is our Dragon Con weekend right there.
Yep.
I think we're heading out, heading back to home to North Carolina.
Before we go, I want to tell you some of the celebrities. I know I've already told you some. Some of the celebrities that are going to be there that I know.
Of interest to Tony.
Maybe. Just that I know. Patrick Warburton, Dominic Monaghan, Elijah Wood, Vincent D'Onofrio, Seth Green, John Cleese, Kobe Smulders, Jared Padalecki, Danny Trejo, Brent Spiner, Nathan Fillion, and Ross Marquand. He was from Walking Dead. So, I think that's all I've got.
I saw where I thought Weird Al was going to be there, but I don't see him on the list.
I was going to look him up too. He's not on the list, but we'll check into that. I definitely would like to see him. But,
I don't know if I dreamed it or what, but I have had nightmare over the last few days of forgetting everything I dress up in. Not certain items, but everything.
I have lists we'll print out and make sure we check off and go over so that doesn't happen, okay?
Yep. I've already started with anxiety already with my nightmares of forgetting.
You keep thinking about it
my own head
before you go to sleep and you're worrying.
So yeah, I'm going to start packing sometime today, right after I do some yard work.
So, all right. Look, I've got my dragon shirt on.
And I got my horror vest, which is a DragCon horror vest community. I am sure they're going to be doing a meetup too.
The meetups are endless.
They are, and it is kind of why the parade is why we started going, and then the meetups is like a cherry on top. The photo ops and all that stuff.
It would be cool just to sit there all day long, every day at the photo shoots and just take pictures and video of that. That would just be cool. So.
It'd be neat to sit in the lobby and watch people come in and out all day long.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about this. With this many people and this much of a party atmosphere, alcohol involved, we have never in my 2 years of going and her one time going, never seen any rowdiness, any fights, any arguments. It is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's great.
When you throw that many people anywhere with alcohol, you've got trouble. So yeah, like I said all the time, add alcohol, you see fights. Because it usually doesn't happen at Dairy Queen that often. All right, until next adventures.
Horns up.